We're gonna get a picture up front of the real one.
Cast iron equipment.
What have you always wanted to know about rope?
How is it tied at the end?
Oh, well, there's all kinds of ways you can, all kinds of things you can do to the end of a rope. You can splice it, so that's just the ropes braided back on to themselves. That's doing it with an eye splice, so you got something to hook. There's all kinds of whippings that you can put on the end. That's
more rope.
That's a West Country that's a French whipping where you're just doing half hitches around. This is that's the French. That's West Country. That's a sailmaker's whipping with the wrappings on the outside. All kinds of ways you can tie strings around. You know, if you're looking for something quick and dirty, you just tie an overhand knot in the end.
Yeah, I know about those.
But that's a hemp rope. That's the good stuff. That's what all the sailing ships used.
Yeah. Nice.
It's
What's this?
hemp rope.
Oh, hemp rope.
Yeah, this is beautiful stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's soft, it's flexible, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's hemp. It's hard to get.
Decent.
Yeah. Questions as we're doing this?
How long can you make it with this? Are you gonna like have to? How are you gonna attach these like to make them nice?
Well, if we're making rope for a sailing ship, by order of the king, the ropes had to be 120 fathoms long, no knots, no splices. Fathom is 6 feet, so 720 feet long, no knots, no splices. And as you twist the rope, it gets shorter. So that means you need at least 1,000 feet of open, flat ground to make a rope. We're not doing that here because I don't have that much room, and you don't have that much patience. Anyway, so you look at your yarns and you see which way they want to twist. If you twist it that way, they get tighter. That way, they loosen up. You want them to get tighter. The way this thing works is this very high-tech piece of equipment. Take it like that, swing it like that.
All right.
Now, if you get both hands on it, see, he's got his hips going. Okay, it's getting tight, so take a small step forward. Yeah.
Forward, sure.
Forward, yeah. And loosen up. Spin, spin, spin. As you're twisting, the yarns, instead of being straight, are now going off at an angle. And as you all remember from your high school geometry, the hypotenuse is longer than the legs of the triangle, blah, blah, blah. So when you're looking for a finished 120 fathom line, you got to start with something much longer than that. So some of the rope walks where they're making ropes for the sailing ships would be a quarter to a half mile long. There.
Wow.
Is a cool piece of it.
Nice.
So when they're making ropes for the rope walks, each one of these individual yarns would be a guy take a whole bunch of raw fibers, wrap it around his waist, go up to a hook it onto the hook, and start walking backwards, feeding the fibers to that strand, and he'd walk backwards the whole length of the rope walk, which could be a quarter to a half mile long.
Up to them, but it's not designed to be moved over a field. It's designed to be
For those guys.
I know who's in there.
Said 11, but it's said 11:30.
Howdy do. We're pulling up on George W.
So you didn't want to get much longer, huh?
Hello, George.
Calls me General.
General Washington.
Sir, how are you?
I was wondering, I had one question for you. Your pawpaw trees, where did you plant those at?
The poplar trees? Over there and just over there.
Okay. Very
That one
nice.
right there and that one right there.
Aha. Yeah. I have pawpaw trees back in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yes?
Mm-hmm.
They're good. They're a
General
little slow.
Washington?
They're a little slow growth. They
Yeah.
don't grow as quickly as sycamore or something like that. If you want to do your landscaping very quickly, but I wanted to make sure that there was a tree that would still be here, perhaps. Who knows? In hundreds of years.
Aha. Yeah, they do kind of spread out. Did you know if you planted them from seed or were they grafted?
They were planted as saplings, so that from the seed, and then,
Okay.
and then sapling not at this site, and then once it takes. once the sapling is, I don't know, 5 feet tall or something of that nature, then put it here. I don't recall exact. Do not quote me on that, but it was something like that.
Very well.
Can we get a picture? That would be awesome.
Guys, you heard it from George Washington himself.
Looks like it's crumbling a little bit.
He said, yeah, planted pawpaws here.
Nice. That's why George Washington's the boy.
He brought them in as saplings. That's fun.
He didn't shake my hand though, apparently.
He doesn't like to be touched. It's alright. Garden house. God, no. This is all I need. Little tiny house. There's upstairs too, that's separate. See him? Pawpaws. Yeah, they're in there. Wow. Smells old. Look at those bricks. Tinker Garden. This is where George uses his imagination, Luke. Right in this very spot. Some steps, Luke, that go down. Wow, they go down. George Washington's greenhouse. Sick. Wow. Old world down there. This is George Washington's Tinker Garden.
Oh yeah?
As we experiment.
Look around back here.
It's kind of funny, huh?
It is funny.
That's why all the beds are on the first level.
Yeah.
How common were work-related injuries?
In the blacksmith shop, I don't think I've come across any in particular. If you're talking about more generally at Mount Vernon, like I couldn't give you stats in the 18th century, but it does happen.
Welcome to the greenhouse. A lot of southern magnolias. coffee. Rebuilt in 1951. Yeah, we're at the rebuilt structure, George Washington's greenhouse. Yeah, brick house burned down. It kind of looks like it was here the whole time. Taking credit for rebuilding what we're doing. Yeah, that's nice. Peach tree, peach tree.
No izu asuvi darungan pucuzayamel.
I drank 15 beers.
George Washington's property.
Well, a beer.
George Washington's house.
Let's go.
Johnny, tu n'es pas un ange.
There he is again.
Ne crois pas que ça me dérange. Si tu me réveilles la nuit, c'est pour dire que tu t'ennuies, que tu veux une vie de rechange. Mais quand revient le matin, tu t'endors sur mon chagrin. Johnny, tu n'es pas un ange. Johnny, Johnny, si tu étais plus galant. Johnny, Johnny, je t'aimerais tout autant. Johnny, tu n'es pas un ange. Entre nous, qu'est-ce que ça change? L'homme saura toujours trouver toutes les femmes du monde entier pour lui chanter ses louanges. Dès qu'il en sera lassé, elles seront vite oubliées vraiment.
Of the 11 American cannons that the British captured, 2 of them were Russian cannons that the Americans captured at Trenton. One was a cannon made in Philadelphia, all the others were French. Now the French had 9. Now you see
British, on the other hand, are in defense, so they are holding their bayonets on. The British bayonets are 18 inches long and they are three-sided. And you can see the dragoon sabers are quite formidable, but they are also equipped with firearms, usually carbines. Grasshoppers. Ideally, in a battle, you want to
kitchen garden. Epic garden. As you can see, he's lined the pathways with trees. So we're up on top of where the sheep were at. We're on the other side of that wall. That's a strawberry patch right in front of me. Alright, piles. So little piles of building up. Yeah, it's like a big edge if you think about it.